What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Saints Row video, and today, sparked by Cyberpunk's performance on the PS4 and Xbox One, I want to talk about Saints Row 5 on this generation of consoles, because a lot of you guys have been asking me about it and discussing about it, and it's a really interesting topic now that we think about it, just in general. Like, is it time to say goodbye to the PS4 and Xbox One, or is it being blown out of proportion a little bit, and do these consoles still have some more juice in them, some more life for the next couple years of games that we're going to get? And if you ask me personally, I think yes, it really should. I don't think that it's a power issue with the PS4 and Xbox One with Cyberpunk. I think that that was more of an optimization issue. And this is kind of proved by every patch that they release where the frame rate gets improved. And I mean, okay, I'm not going to say there's less bugs because, dude, there's so many. But you can definitely see some steps being taken each patch. So I think that was just a specific optimization issue, maybe a time issue with CDPR. Whereas if you look at the Saints Row III Remastered, yes, I know it's Sparasoft, it's not Volition per se, but they did an amazing job optimizing Saints Row III Remastered for PS4 and Xbox One. So I do think that it's going to be possible for it to be on PS4 and Xbox One, and it should be there because, I mean, dude, you're skipping out on so many sales there. The PS4 especially, how big and monstrous was that console? So popular and huge. And yes, you can throw in those comparisons. Oh, well, if the PS4 can run Ghost of Tsushima, Horizon Zero Dawn, then there should be no problem with Saints Row 5. Yes, I do agree about that, but you also have to keep in mind that these are different developers, right? I mean, Guerrilla Games and Volition, Sucker Punch, like, it's not all the same developer, you know, working in Kumbaya to make these games. So that's something you do have to keep in mind, but it also means time, okay? Because Microsoft has said that they do want to keep the Xbox One around and support it for the next 2 years at least. So that puts us at 2022. Now, Sony, I imagine, is going to try to do about the same thing because money. But this also puts the Saints Row 5 time frame into question. When are we going to get this thing? If you ask me personally, I think we're going to get some kind of reveal in 2021. But I also was almost sure that we were going to get something in 2020. But even just based on some other information, and of course, they did hint at it in that one tweet Volition did, that the pandemic might have had something to do with them delaying the announcement of Saints Row 5. But I just personally think that if the game isn't released in 2021, it's at the very least going to be revealed in 2021. But I just think that the time frame is so important, because if this game does get released in 2021, yes, you do want to be one of the first open world games on the next gen of console, I guess current gen of consoles now, PS5 and Series X. But you also don't want to forget about the millions of people that still own Xbox Ones and PS4. 2022, you're getting up there. We're going to see more games start to kind of abandon the PS4 and Xbox One, but still a lot of games still supporting those consoles because, again, money. So that's why if it comes out in 2021, I almost guarantee it's going to be on PS4 and Xbox One. If it comes out in 2022, I think it's a 50-50 shot, man. I know, whoa, how much of a big difference can 1 year make? A huge difference, really. I do think so. And we got to think of other things like the scalpers. When are these consoles going to be readily available to customers that are not robots? And the actual size of Saints Row 5. Like, are we totally sure that even though it's going to be on next-gen consoles, I keep saying next-gen, on current-gen consoles, is it really going to be bigger than something like Horizon Zero Dawn or Ghost of Tsushima? Because Saints Row has never exactly been a technical marvel, per se, you know what I mean? Like, of course, the games always look really good, but they've never been, like, blow you out of the water like Ghost of Tsushima does, for example. And I've heard a lot of people bring up the Nintendo Switch. And yes, Saints Row has kind of wet their beak with the Switch, with Saints Row the 3rd and 4. But, like I said in my last video about this, if the game is going to be on PS5 and Series X, I think that rules it out for being on Nintendo Switch, okay? Because to me, that means that they're going to try and shoot for a more powerful game to put on these new consoles. And here's something else to keep in mind. Backwards compatibility. You can see this again with Cyberpunk, and on Xbox, backwards compatibility goes back 3 generations, so it's crazy. And maybe they're just saying, okay, let's throw out the PS4 and Xbox One version, and then it's playable on PS5 and Series X. But the reason I think that's doubtful is because if you're a company and you're releasing a big open world game within the year of a new console coming out, you want to be a flagship game for that new console. I mean, just look at Saints Row 4, for example, okay? Came out August 2013, a few months before PS4 and Xbox One, and then they had to go in and make Re-Elected after that, which had to be ported by high voltage software onto the next-gen consoles, which were the PS4 and Xbox One at the time, over a year later. Now, yes, that situation was different because Saints Row 4 came out before PS4 and Xbox One were even out, and now Saints Row 5 is going to be released after PS5 and Series X. But I promise you that even if the game was made with the 4 and the Xbox One in mind, I think that they're going to try their absolute best to try and market themselves as a flagship game for the next-gen consoles, because that would be a huge missed opportunity. Say this thing comes out in the holiday season of 2021, and the games in GameStop are PS4 and Xbox One that are backwards compatible. I don't think that'll go over well. This game needs to market itself as, oh, you just got a PS5 and you're looking for something like GTA to play, but you don't want to play GTA 5 on the PS5 for the millionth time? We got you, man. We got you. Check this out. We got a brand new game here made for PS5, and if you like GTA, you will like this one. But then they can also appeal to the other side of the coin and say, oh, you haven't gotten your PS5 or Series X yet? You're still on PS4 or Xbox One? We got you too. There you go. There's your PS4 copy, and then here's your PS5 copy. Alright guys, that's going to do it for me on this one. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the matter. PS4, Xbox One, even Nintendo Switch. Let's discuss down there. Leave a like on this video, and subscribe for more Saints Row content. I'll see you guys in the next one, alright? Peace out.